We're about to get into the match where Envy is going to have to find all that success from the past few games and roll it up into this one here versus MIBR, because they're coming in ready with that double duelist comp they've been playing, and now it seems like Envy wants to try their hand at it.
Envy stole us the script of the M80 versus Sentinels, but with the form that they've been showing in the last 2 games of the play-ins, I'm super down for this matchup to see who will be moving forward to the playoffs of Stage 2 of the Americas as we get into the Samsung OLED match start, brought to you by Samsung OLED. Sunset is a good one here. Yes, a change of comms for Envy going into this matchup head-to-head against MIBR, but when MIBR dominated Envy in Stage 2, it was actually a very similar comp. The only switches that we have now is that Knights goes in to play the Phoenix instead of playing a controller, and there's no more Sage. So to play around like the Kesnid on a Neon, the Demon One on a Chamber who gets first blood here, they should be ready for this still no matter what.
First blood, of course. He has been on a tear lately, and look how much he leads the charge here going in as we now watch from the defensive side. You can see him set up on pawn. Looks like they'll play retake anything towards elbow. Glyph, the shot caller here, holding the team before they get the util out. A touch to the site. They will try to take it here. Verno with a beautiful hit on Kesnid as he tries to break some crosshairs, and he gets his ankles broken. But they're still backing off. Envy's pushing forward still. All right, Knights, what can you do about this? One, they're not going to pick him. They give him another shoulder, and it's going to be Zekken ducking under that shot just to repair the situation, but it seems broken already.
They're so separated now for the last 2 players of MIBR. It'll be difficult to retake as well from the position that you currently see out from Envy. First contact should be Demon One. He has the escape out of jail with the TP. Oh, never mind. TP's gone.
Cuffed and held.
One enemy remains.
That's one. Glyph playing the timing, and he plays his life too. Doesn't even fully show to give Zekken the hard time. And that was such a calm round by Envy. After Demon One's kill, they walked it right in.
Yeah, we're going to have to start expecting this from Envy, as putting Demon One back onto this chamber will probably have a lot of these walk contacts over on these A lines. You're not going to be as pressing and as confident for the side of MIBR to take some early space here on the defense. That gives so many big openings, opportunities for Demon One to pop off. Seems as though MIBR weren't really together to really retake that site either, as nobody was watching towards that gate. So an eco round though, we talked about being pressing. They're looking to fight towards this B main.
A lot for that orb. Oh my god, nobody can see a thing right now as we spam a little bit. Vision comes back and Envy comes out on top. They've only lost 1 here, and they just go for the flash and the follow-up play to clean the rest of MIBR up. A second round for Envy.
Ends up being a good read for Envy too. You're guessing 50-50 where you want to deny the orb for Zekken to pick that up. As soon as you see the pressure out from MIBR, the smoke came across. That's the freebie for Envy to go for flash with the haunt.
Yeah.
Gets so much value as well. With Prowlers, no way that MIBR could actually have so many players to take control of that B main. And speaking of which, Envy will try that again, this time with a little bit less bodies. There's Demon One that's going to try to find for an early pick on the A line, potentially. Now he's going to go back to middle. But it stands still that Envy wants to control the B main to start, maybe break that util on that side.
Oh, quick wall up. I'm just going to use this flame wall to draw some utility. They don't actually commit on that. Demon One gaining so much space, and there's almost a second kill. Verno is able to trade it out, but his movement's so fast. Demon One is opening the map for Envy, and they walk in. This is just like their pistol round, but now on B.
MIB are still in a good spot, though. They're clearing mid. They're pushing out towards the A line. Let Envy go for the plant. Wait up here for the rotate of Mazzino to happen. He has that paranoia. They're going to need that for the retake.
And MIBR does have that weaponry to get in, splitting it 2 and 2 now as their market in Boba. Knights
flash shut up.
Looking to defend. Glyph still on that lurk. He had a big kill from this point last time. Oh, he's going to wait it out too. He didn't even have to shoot the trip. Mazzino takes him down quickly, and this is going to have to be MIBR getting in. A nice spam from Mazzino as he's distracting now from the market side, and the rest of MIBR coming out of the woodwork, but it's Rossi, and almost a repeat situation. But the defuse goes now towards MIBR as Verno stays alive.
Yeah, great push from Demon One to start. Great late lurk from a second wave into the market to take down Tex. Never expected that to happen, especially when he's got a trip going on. So you talk about the damage on the bonus round for Envy. Beautiful in the end. That was Glyph that moved across here. As you remember watching the video before we got into this game, how Demon One was praising Glyph on how he reads the map very well, he reads the game very well, he could find his own timings as well. Now I have to come down to that responsibility again of the IGL, currently top of the board, to call out a splendid attack side. Remember, the last time these two teams faced off against each other on this map, this was actually a 10-2 half for MIBR on the defense. It was activated by great pressure from Aspas and Zekin.
Go, go, go.
Same strat. Demon One taking a bit of a different route on this one to see if he gets peeked in the situation. And that strat is for Envy now to, again, walk into B as much as possible. Quite a bit of noise on this one, though, as they finalize that utility to make sure they're safe in sight. Run it back is actually going to push. What a flash from Knights as he takes things into his own hands. And now it's going to be the follow-up, but Zekin's more than ready, as well as Verno, to even up the numbers now. Actually, Verno still has a little bit of health to his name, so he's limping around as MIBR is up 1.
Two flashes to retake this side too, so MIBR focusing on Boba.
Trade quick on both sides
No.
That's going to be Verno going down to hot hands, and they have to get back to safety here. Glyph and Knights trying to set up a bit of a trade, trying to anchor each other as much as possible and source out the person, but they're being loud. They're stampeding around the site, and this may cause a problem for them because now they can be sourced out. It's up to Zekin to come around the corner to win it, but it's Knights! The new guy on the block comes up big with a 4K for Envy.
Lights out for MIBR with Knights as player. 4K in the round. Great pushes and great scaling from Envy as well. The way that they execute towards the B site is very similar to how even MIBR does it on the attack. Put the blaze wall on the right side, get the smoke on the left at the staircase, and just go for that first step right in front of this area right here to get the plant down. Then they use to run it back. They push towards the market instead of fighting towards Boba. Caught so many players off guard, and looks like they have their own little Mario impersonation versus MIBR. And they're feeling the vibes for sure here with the 3-1 scoreline with them in the lead.
Big alt orb fights over this B main here, and just a jockey for position. Knights would love to get another one. Zekin, possibility to use one if this actually engaged, and Demon One again is just taking so much space for free every round. Already pushed up. Kesnet has to be careful, but they have a lot of comms on this, so Demon One feels a little safer to take an angle as the team moves over towards A.
And they can move this freely just thanks to what they were hearing from the A side. You heard so much util on the B side. You had Rossi on the top of the boxes at the beginning of the round. Saw zero pressure, so everything becomes easy for Demon One.
Dude, we'll get back to that. Spikes planted in sight. And they push again. Envy continue to take this gate space and push over. It's mostly Knights looking for those alt orbs, looking to get a few more. Finds a fight with Verno. He'll back off so he doesn't take too much damage. But yeah, they have an answer to pretty much everything here, and they're moving around the map very seamless. That is Envy. As now it's up to MIBR here. Maybe a kill pushes them forward, but they're stalling us out.
One enemy remaining.
Try to actually get out of the situation. Mazzino finds a weapon to pick up, but they're... Oh my god, Mazzino! He swings. The double take is enough time for Rossi to reposition. Almost the ace coming in from MIBR to get the engines flowing, but Envy still gets that round.
And I was going to this game looking to praise MIBR too, as the reason why they picked this map was how good they've been just defaulting, manipulating the map on the attack side. But right now, Envy's doing the exact same thing too. We talked about the amount of noise they're making on that B line for MIBR to try to control the orb. You have Rossi on top of the boxes.
Bro, the aimbot I just hit was crazy.
And when they move around the map, that's how Demon One knows that there's going to be a triple flank, because they've already cleared everything else in the first place. But we'll hold that thought. There's a drop play from MIBR to crush down towards the middle.
Right into tiles. Aspas is trying to make this work, and Knights just sits him right down. Verno can't find anything with the Hunter's Fury up the gut, up the center of mid, but Tex does answer. Tex had pushed down tiles there as he moves back, takes down Knights, and that was the run it back. So it's still Envy and MIBR 4v4. Envy in the site again, a story we continue to repeat here as we start the series off, and Demon One drops the run it back, but he can't get the second shot to count. They're pushing. Again, they're always pushing, and Verno answers this time. MIBR is getting smarter to the fact that Envy continues to aggress, and now they're only left with two. Rossi and Demon One have to work wonders here, and I don't think this one's going to be the one they wish for. One shot from Demon One, and his location's given up. Can he do it? He cannot. Just over the head of Mazzino with a haircut, and the defuse comes through. MIBR weather the storm again and find a second round.
Yeah, so far it's not too bad for MIBR in these retakes over on the B site. Even the one that they lost from that clutch from Knights, what they do very well is making sure that they eliminate the threats of late lurks on middle first. Once they clear that out, they could decide how they could pinch. Would it be sending a big flank or going back towards market, but then focusing on Boba? And the ones that are on Boba are just going to wait it out as the other ones clear it out. So Envy just kind of walked into the crosshairs. If it wasn't for that clutch from Knights before, this probably could have been a 3-3 already, but
yeah,
you know this is going to be a high-octane matchup with a lot of firepower across the board from these 10 players, and those miracles will definitely happen.
Oh, the Haunt calls the push strat. I'm not sure they got more info out of it than just one person shot it. But we're seeing something different here from MIBR to try and stop this Envy aggression.
MIBR is just leaving the door open as well, which is fine. You have this line looking down here from Osbos to make sure where Kezit is currently walking up for the contact. Potentially here could score for this first blood. But Envy has a sixth sense towards this. They know the pressure's coming in towards the A side as well. So they have no choice to put the funnel into the op, but it misses.
Ooh. And there's the op on both sides, too, from those world champions, Demon One and Osbos. Let's see who can get first blood on this and make an impact down the round. Demon One has had the upper hand in that so far, as we see Osbos now trying to move back towards mid to see if he can source anything. But I don't think they're going to commit too much to the lines. Rossi ready with the paranoia. Envy, again, doing the slow walk up until something needs to happen. And it is Demon One to find the first blood again, that big opening we talked about before. He continues to find, and it's going to be the slide in, catching second with util out. And that's a util out catch again. Verno's going to get another double kill, 2 rounds in a row. A third comes up for him, actually. Huge plays from him now that he has switched those roles.
Just talked about hero plays here, but they do want to move forward for Envy in the post plant, trying to be proactive with the Prowler. And this is where Osbos could actually wrap around.
He's got the timing. He sees the ankle. That's just enough, and now Knights is forced forward. He did it before, but Tex is going to shut him down this time. And MIBR get another one, and it comes down to 2 members again. These are some bloody rounds, Van Silly, but MIBR is creeping back.
I just love as well the identity that we have from Envy so far, where they seem to have really fit into a mold where everybody's super comfortable. I think this was also talked about from Glyph as well. Just let's play to our strengths. Just let Demon One play the attack side off, or the lurks that he wants to play. Just do his own thing. And the rest of the team could always follow up for these fights. And look how he scores that first blood into the elbow. But again, it comes down to trying to hold the post plants. MIBR, they're not as quick to flood back into these fights in these diffuse scenarios. So Envy might have potential opportunities to change that tempo a bit in the post plants, turtle up a little bit more, and run that clock down off that spike.
It has been pretty reliant here for Envy off of Demon One getting that first kill.
My eyes are down.
What can the team do without that here? It's going to be a low buy round, so it's going to take a lot.
Interesting to see the opposite, though, that MIBR, despite playing the anti-eco, they still want to give the space to allow Knights to farm up some orbs. That's a huge win con as well for Envy going into this game about these agent changes that we've recently seen in the camp of Envy. A lot of teams are trying to adopt that, by the way. We've seen John Cutie play that for Sentinels, and Phoenix seems to be a very nice agent to utilize here as a big win con.
Paranoia ready. And Tex living that nightmare for a moment here. A second controls Boba. He's not serving anybody today, but Tex actually serves one up as Keznit tries to slide out of market. He has not had a good time trying to be the opening force for the squad. The follow-up just has not been there for Envy. And now Rossi with the Bandit trying to steal the lunch money, but MIBR's not having it as Osbos comes up with 2 quick operator kills as he is coming online. 4-4 as we're all evened up now.
A very nice anti-eco for the side of MIBR to build up a little bit of that momentum, the confidence moving forward. As I mentioned before here, Envy has some great defaulting across the map.
One enemy remaining.
And MIBR, despite losing a couple of these first bloods and against them, they still have that confidence to be able to replay these retakes as a team.
This goes here.
And this
goes here.
is the next test coming up right now as Nice is at the charge. Pushing forward is Envy towards the A site.
Hunter Fury comes out right away. Envy still trying to push forward here and make it a ruckus. Just make that problem. Let's hear what it sounds like in the comms for Envy.
To the left, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wall left. I'm gonna wall left. So seize right, please.
Okay, heard. When the wall's about to drop, when Sook's about to drop, they're droning. I seized.
I'm stuck. I need to go back.
One wing, guys, one wing.
I'm just talking, guys. Off
Two
me.
wing, guys.
Guys,
They
can we
could
fight lane?
wing.
Can we fight lane? Can we fight lane?
I can't
guys?
fight lane. I cannot fight lane. They have an op CT. We're good like this, guys. They have no smokes. Don't be exposed to CT. They have op. Guys, let them come out. I can see the cross right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing.
I have a smoke at 3. I'm gonna smoke right now, guys. Wait.
Yo, they have no smokes, guys. We can play time.
CT down.
There's nothing land. Guys, I'm all
Hold the
lane.
smoke. Hold the smoke.
Time now.
They're gonna save.
I'm walking up with you, Christian. Save our guns, boys. No, we can't. We have to fight them.
No, you don't.
Know what I'm saying?
One more city.
Fuck, one more, guys.
One enemy remaining.
Don't let him save the op. That's not boys.
Nice, good call, guys.
Nice push in by Envy as well. You see the difference? Post plan, they sit a little bit more towards that site. Waited here for MIBR to really encroach into them, and once they started getting their right crossfire set up, no chance here for Envy to cycle through. Everything that they were throwing on their side on the defense was getting fully denied by just nice little positioning, jiggle back and forwards. And the most important thing, just as you heard in the comms here, no ops was saved for MIBR. So they won't have enough to carry over into this round. Although you might have it for Aspas, but you can see here that he's going for a rifle. So that might be the conversation now as the first timeout comes through from MIBR to discuss to see if it's going to be needed here to bring that operator out. But this is a matchup of the times right now for these two teams to see who qualifies forward. If you think about that stage 1 matchup, look at that. The fastest matchup that we probably had in the Americas in that stage 1, going to that stage 2.
Going into stage 2, and then they say, no, we'll try. The third fastest match that we have, right? These two teams have somehow found a way, in the first one with a different squad for Envy, albeit, but to just obliterate each other when they play. And now we've gotten here where Envy is hitting their stride at what a team wishes the perfect time, heading into what could be playoffs, champs, and MIBR, a team that's tried to create that international team.
They're definitely taking each other seriously at this point, too, because MIBR, that stage 1 Mimi was mentioning, too, playing with a Reyna and a Clove on Bind, for example, to get that 13-3 scoreline. But also, MIBR came back with a vengeance on that second stage to put Kesnet at a -22 differential in the series, just shutting him down. And so far, he hasn't had any opportunity to shine yet here in the camp of Kesnet for Envy, but at least the rest of their crew, when it comes down to the openers, the space that's being taken now by Knights and Demon One has been amazing so far. But now we'll see the value of the timeout coming back out here. No more operator still in the hands of Aspas. MIBR just looking to rifle it up.
Knights is online, ready to run it in with the run it back. Flash is going through Tex, already starting it off again. He continues to play strong from Market, and he finally gets shut down there at the end of the run it back. Still going into the fight, Rossi, great positioning forward. They are just cutting down MIBR as they're trying to take quick peeks into the site for info, but actually losing their retake capability altogether.
Tried to go for the hero play with the run it back, got denied right away. If they don't get an instant pick for MIBR, this is probably going to have to be another one of those save scenarios. And even if you have enough money to go for the next round, it's mostly important here to save these rifles and util. And you see there, Envy is not giving anything at all. All of them out towards this B main, just waiting for the tap for the 3-2-1 on that staircase. A very standard Sunset post-plant scenario when Sunset was first introduced. Ends up being a very clean round for Envy on the entry. And MIBR was not ready for that fast tempo, but I think it comes down, the question is, how do you want to fight now on to Envy? If they're playing all of those players in front of that B main, that means that they're not afraid of any like triple flanks. The turret's never being broken from the chamber, so they could just play off-site or within. They don't have to fully push forward anymore. And you've seen how it resulted into some good rounds in a post-plan for Envy for the last two.
Yeah, that's a great point. There just hasn't been a lurk. I mean, this one might favor itself too, with Tex on the A side of the map by himself if he doesn't hear noise right away. But yeah, Envy, they only have to look forward right now to see what the fight will be. Demon One. That's a keyboard back. What did he do? Tech pause. We'll figure that out in a moment. He has been absolutely frying as well. I think a lot of people online as well singing his praise. And if you look back, just cast your mind back to 2023 playoffs with EG. Those first 2 series, Demon 1 performed very similar to the way he's performing now on that run EG made through the playoffs with these plus 17, plus 29 games, plus 30 series overall. Absolutely dominating the server, and so he's found that Demon form again.
And Envy has found a form, not only on Demon 1, but going back into play-ins. Again, when it comes down to the matchup against M80, everybody has written off Envy. They were basically failing at kickoff. They were failing going into stage 1 as well. And then stage 2, it's like, okay, well, we have a new IGL coming through. We have Glyph coming in, but they were still having like a lot of comms issues or whatnot. And then finally coming into the play-ins with this compositional change and getting that win over M80, which is probably the best team that we had in Challengers.
That's what Kesnet said, yeah.
Yeah, what, 13-0? I think that Nismo was mentioning that they went into Challengers, into play-ins, and unfortunately, even M80 losing their 2 matches on the stage in the play-ins. But that win for Envy over M80 is that confidence that was needed for that team, and it allowed for them to beat such a powerhouse in Sentinels as well, who were recently almost finding their form until they got knocked down here. So,
yeah.
Man, this is looking really good for the form of Envy going into this matchup against MIBR, and you can see it, a 6-4 scoreline where they currently have the lead to as well.
Yeah, you get Knights getting beating his old Qbert team, so he gets a little more comfortable on the stage knowing that everything's working out, and that move to Envy is what they wanted. 11-8 for him on top as Phoenix right now is they're bringing that Neon Phoenix composition to MIBR, who's been playing that comp. Kind of trying to find a way through timeouts to get back in, but Envy stole that first timeout Fraud took, and Envy took the round. So, yeah, we will see as we head back into the matchup here to get this first half concluded. Just a few more rounds to see if MIBR can get to that post-plant retake. They have, success in the first few rounds, couple. If they can get there again, they can spell good things for the second half.
Trying to see if they're starting off the hot hands to maybe break a trip and take some mid control at the same time. And you already see a ping coming out from MIBR just at that spot, so they are wary of this position.
Gonna explode right into the fight. Kesnet and Rossi, they just sweep them off their feet. Zekin and Aspas were more than ready, and they get taken out. Mazzino now trying to actually anchor the site by himself, goes for 1 kill here. Gonna play the back and forth. It works out for Kesnet this time as he slides safe into what is B site, and now Envy's home.
Tex probably has to go home here.
Yeah.
It's a 1v4.
Not much to produce.
It's back in those stories of MIBR when they first started at kickoff. It's like, okay, well, my team just instantly died. What do I do? And that's where he got a little bit of a flack from the scoreboard Stevens. But at the end of the day, it still comes to MIBR was trying to make a play. You know, you're in a tech pause. You're falling behind by 2. You're also trying to break the momentum and the push here that Envy's trying to do by going through that smoke in that B main.
And if you think of his rotation, he's like flying through here, right? Instead of even trying here. Because Demon 1's going to be in mid, and you're like, wait, I may not want to fight him. I can't go through his trip. And now they find him at A. So can he stay alive? You heard the comms before. They go hunting. Even when the team said, no, don't hunt, he says, but we have to take their guns. Oh, he caught just enough there. But he does not get a kill. MIBR now need this round, it seems like, to get some momentum back before the second half.
What can you do? I mean, that was perfect for them to push through the smoke. And then suddenly it's a full blinded kill.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little read for MIBR, but it's just the positioning, too, from Envy that was even better. Ping's coming in towards the A side. Might be a fast take or a finish towards the A line. But look at MIBR walking down towards mid here.
So close. Just on Tile's side, the flashes come through, and the fight is traded on both sides here. It's still going to be a push from both teams. Is it going to overdrive from Aspas? Overdrive. He knows somebody's in the corner, but he can't get the angle. Knights drops him again. This kid is on fire right now as Kesnet cleans up the round, and 8-4 first half. Rossi and everybody on Envy out of their seat.
Envy for 2 rounds in a row, just denying the MIBR pushes and having a strong start on their defensive side. And that is definitely off the back of Knights. Rossi, the first point, getting all the information, but how they react after that. Look at how they're always playing off each other as well for Envy. They're looking to continue their prime form of their play-ins.
We'll see if it continues after the break. Don't go anywhere. MIBR versus Envy after this.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup. And wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
No, I'm with amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch-side access.
Are you? David Beckham.
A Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
Nunca, no hay límites, solo el cielo, no hay límites, dale más fuego. Ahora o nunca, dale más fuego. Ahora o nunca, dale más fuego. Levanta los brazos. Todo el mundo, la vida es ahora, so vamos a bailar. Levanta los brazos, todo el mundo, la vida es ahora, so vamos a bailar. Oye, oye, dale, dale, baile, baile. Here we go. Ahora o nunca. Dale más fuego. Ahora o nunca.
MIBR looking at this pistol round with everything they have, focusing on trying to get through at least these first 3 rounds with those wins to put the pressure back and close this gap Envy has created in an 8-4 first half scoreline.
Getting loud out there on that stage. But MIBR, they like to open up here on this A line, which is why you're going to post Demon 1 up here. Look at the contact. Oh, I love the util coming out, though. That's going to push Demon 1 back just for a bit.
Tries to stay on the flash line, but he gets pushed back. Now MIBR using this space, but with everyone pushing together to keep it safe. As Mazzino will still be hanging out with the team, making sure there's no push, but the fight elbow looks to ensue right now. Kesnet with a very nice slide to start. Neon trades as Tex comes up with another kill here. They're going to try to anchor site. This gets tough. Paranoia goes down as Knights looks to kill a few more. What a switchback by Envy here to turn this around, and MIBR, who tried to flip the site.
Not too sure what the comms there for MIBR as they enter into the A site from elbow. They had perfect trades and spacing to take over at the elbow side, but then you see just Zekin running out. It should be the slide tackle from Ospas first to try to break crosshair placement here. Why is he running out like that? And then suddenly the other two are just too far behind to try to trade out for the rest. Becomes an impossible task to try to get into the site for a plant. And Envy continues domination now on this first map of Sunset. At least they're not going for a force for MIBR. They know there's still a lot of Valorant left in this first map.
Yeah.
Just trying to do some damage.
You have an idea with this 2-3 split. MIBR does 2 mid, 3 towards B main, looking to maybe get a side kill here, and Knights will get that for himself and just shuts the door on the market option for this low buy round. Demon 1 already in position. Okay. Getting a little loose. Kesnet just peeks top here, but he's got help for the rest of the team to now swarm in and finish the kills he was trying to get. They're losing a few guns. As long as they can protect him, it seems like it'll be okay on this round.
One enemy remaining.
There's one for Demon 1. The push continues for him. I think he only has a W key on his keyboard this game.
And a shift key.
And sometimes a shift.
Shift W, M1.
Oh my gosh. Crazy stuff from him. Another big round for Envy.
Yeah, nice little shutdown too. I respect the push out from Knights at the top with Kesnet as well. You've dominated the map so far for this side of Envy. You've denied every single attempt that MIBR was trying to do on that defensive line, whether it's retakes or proactiveness on the barrier drops. And now you're just trying to get your orbs up to try to just end this map as quickly as possible. Maybe add in another record between these two teams. Potentially a flash setup for Mazzino to try to push quickly on their defaulting.
Knights is right there. Oh, Aspas is trying to spin around, and he hits the ground and goes down. That was quick from Envy. It does not seem like they can get the entry to work the way they want. They finally suss out Demon 1, but the fight's going to continue here on Elbow, and Mazzino has the angle and gets cleared for the second fight.
Thankfully, the spike made it all the way back, and with Demon 1 dying, you have the entry from Tex to clear out that B side. This will be an easy call now for Zekin and Verno to rotate across. Maybe Zekin will stay inserted towards middle so he can watch the rotates and get the information for the team. Right now, they're going to be in a prime spot to set up the pulse plant.
Finally get to see Envy spring back to see what they can do on this retake here with this new comp. They're trying to run the Neon Phoenix. Set a double push. Quick drone to start. You still have Zekin walking about in really good positioning against these two.
Door was broken at the beginning of the round too, so Envy could continue to walk in and surprise MIBR here. And looking at the position, it's a 3-on-1 against Tex on the back of B.
You can create the quadrant you need with that wall if he wants to flame in, but they're just going to go for the flash paranoia. Spraying the box. Tex goes down. Found in his position. They got to work quick as the bomb starts to tick a little faster. Anchor smoke thrown here as Rossi pushes forward to stave off what is in B main, but he gets taken down right away. And it's looking like MIBR is going to be able to secure the round, but it's Glyph. He goes for the last kill, but there's no time left. It is going to be a round for MIBR, but no one left standing.
Nice save in the end for MIBR too, just thanks to the amount of util that was left behind that was still available for Zekin and for Verno. Hot Hands prevents that flood back from Envy after they lose Tex. Shock darts too at the same time, and I love this look as well. When you're looking at it from the beginning, how Envy reacts to the defaulting that MIBR likes to do. They like to throw the fast lanes up there to take control towards the elbow, and once it drops down, you still want to disrespect that wall, take that fight, and because they have such strong firepower for Envy, they're okay to take these type of fights. Almost got it done though, but MIBR stays alive in the fight. We're looking for mid-control to start.
Mid-control, that mid-round calling seems to be working for MIBR to secure them that round. And now the mid-fight, as Zekin's forced into a spot. I think they heard him jump to this, so a lot of focus now from Envy on the defensive side. Will they stop the cross? Oh, Glyph able to get one, but it's traded out. Zekin here has to work quick with the run it back. They're just trying to force the fight on each side here from Envy. Making a bit of an error there and giving MIBR quite a bit of space. Demon 1 also fighting his own demons here towards A. And it looks like they will be able to win it back. Envy, that is, towards mid here. What a chaotic round as MIBR attempt mid.
There was a bingo call for sure. The two players on the top middle, they know Demon 1's on the A side, so you blaze well across, but I thought it was going to be a pivot back towards A, so you play a 2v1 on that side. So it's just a cut noise, reset the round, and try to catch some players off guard. Rossi's a little bit out in the open because he's inside of this smoke. He's going to have to backpedal back towards glass as soon as this Omen smoke dissipates. But that gives the window here for MIBR to start walking in.
30 seconds left.
Everybody has the read perfectly on each other right now between Zekin and Kesnet. The spike going down now. Very safe play to get everybody into position on both teams here. No noise made yet by Envy, and they've made up so much ground to get back into the site. Zekins actually gets the anchor in the smoke he's given, and they're not even looking the right way. Rossi starts one off, and they're going to now pressure towards it. Kesnet with a beautiful shot, knowing Verno's been main all the time. Can Zekin do it? There's no more! Zekin gets the spam, but he's got util out as Kesnet says thank you with a 3K, a hat trick, and a defuse for Envy.
Just a light overcook there from Zekin. I don't think he assumed or thought that he was going to be able to get the kill onto the diffuser somehow.
And then you feel like you're in so much cover, and it disappears.
Yeah. And that becomes the 1v1 here by Kesnet in the end. Nice valiant attempt. But at the end of the day, as much as it was a nice walk-in by MIBR to plant inside that B site, the walk back.
That's crazy.
From Envy back into the B site from Boba. just caught them off guard.
Wow. Envy, 11-5, Vansili. On Sunset here, on MIBR's pick. And MIBR will focus towards the alt orb here. They won't even look for it, really. They want the pressure and the speed of the round to catch Envy off guard. And it really kind of separated themselves in sight, but it looks like it's going to be a safe plant, and we'll get a 5v5 retake here if nothing else happens.
He lost so much HP, though, moving into the site for MIBR.
Yeah.
At least they could cover some ground, but still, Envy has a lot to retake with.
Forced forward. They know they have the guns. They just squeeze down on that pressure. MIBR's low buy is going to be the death of them. A nice kill on the lasers. Aspas does find a few bandit kills to maybe get himself online with that ultimate for a round to come, but Envy is just showing too strong right now.
So we'll have a 12-5 scoreline on Sunset. Map point for Envy, as you mentioned, Riv. A map that Envy could steal away from MIBR. And we just talked about here how much respect we're giving to each other right now, too, and always coming back with a vengeance. This might be another start where the first map is going to be a one-sided affair, going back and forth from series to series between both Envy and MIBR.
Ascent is a map that can easily only go one way for the first half, so with how defensive-sided it is, we'll have to see how that one works out, too. Here we have a timeout coming in again for MIBR. Fraud knows it is the final hour, with Envy looking to turn this one over very fast. 17-12 Knights on top right now. I remember interviewing him back 3-4 weeks ago, and I was like, so how are you playing? What are you doing? He's like, you know, getting the kills there and doing stuff. I was like, so is the team setting you up? And he's like, no, I'm setting them up. And yeah, okay, he was on the Omen, but he was still fragging. Now the team is setting him up, but he's also setting everyone else up still because he's such a forward-playing Phoenix, not afraid of fights, flashing everything, and just showing up on the stage.
Yeah. We saw here the stats from Demon 1 against Sentinels, who looked amazing in that series. You're seeing him in the role of a chamber is just basically him finding his own thing. I think it's almost complimentary of how he plays his Jet. Find your own space, find your own timings, find your own fights, and you know damn right he's going to be good in the aim. He's a little bit more quiet on the defensive side, though, because he's not getting too much action. Everybody's moving away from him. So MIBR is doing the strat of, oh, Demon 1's here. Let's just try to go for a flood takes here over on the B side. And that's where MIBR also has found their success here on this map. When it comes down to defaulting, pressure on the A side and finishing on the B execute, it is that smoke on the staircase. Blazewall try to stay inside that site and try to fight for that post-plant scenario. They'll attempt it again. Yeah. There is that util we just mentioned, moving in now for that plant.
And this time Envy wants to take the site beforehand. They're still waiting just on the cusp. They don't hear the full commitment yet. Or they haven't seen enough util, one or the other. Very quiet. Let the Prowler do the work.
They're just afraid here that Envy is going to come back with instant ults because the run it back's available from Knights. Hoping to bait it out in the beginning, but Envy stays very patient and just waits for the plant to go down first.
This is incredible knowledge and call from Envy right now. Like, absolutely absurd that they could read this inside the mind of MIBR and start to even force the fight back. Numbers up. Now they cannot let go of this stranglehold. And it's a kill again for Knights. He takes down Zekin as they start to force the issue. Glyph gets another one, and he drops off Spouse as well. That's going to be the map for Envy. They come out. Rossi standing up again. Deja vu. It's like these guys just never stop playing from last week.
He could definitely continue to stay up, stand tall, and smack talk all he wants, because that team is on fire from top to bottom. Everybody's playing their role, everybody's playing their game, and everybody's fragging out here for Envy. Name of the game for Envy on the attack side is very similar to their Sunset. Very good at finding space, insert, playing the round slow, so MIBR wants to fight with aggression. Look at him looking ready to try to crunch into middle. Seconds gets a lucky kill through the smoke. We'll take those.
Spamming into the tiles. Why not? Get a quick clean. Kesnet's going to make this space his, though. Quickly encroaches under that noise and the guise of that smoke. No big plays yet, though. Okay, he does get the swing. Zekin gets another one to start off. He's going to be happy with that to get a little protection from Mazzino now, as they have no need to move with util covering that A main. Demon 1 again on an adventure, and Aspas is already ready. These are the two we want to see, the head-to-head. And they keep pushing. They're just going to swing each other. Demon 1 back is shown, and Aspas takes every advantage. 3 already, and not even a whimper from Envy to start the pistol.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, God, it's going to be that flawless. It's going to be that kind of flawless. Second does take a bit of damage, but nice from MIBR. And a big turnaround to start map 2.
Good 3-piece to start as well, but losing Knights at the beginning through that smoke spam from Zekin right here makes it so difficult for really Envy to try to open up the map spacing that they're trying to take here on the map of Ascent. You can't flash for the mid control towards Kench Bench. You can't flash towards Cat if you want to go for a double swing. So any type of high-low stacks that was out there from MIBR was going to be out in their favor because it could just hold it out in the open. So a strong start for MIBR that's much needed here, desperately, after they got dominated on their map pick. Orb now being picked up, but for the rest, not really dancing around here, so Envy will just go in and try to go for a plant.
Another super octane round. Knights actually get second behind Jenny. Rossi's going to clear one, so that means a gun pickup somewhere. They can scoot through.
Yeah.
Depends. Yeah, there's the Guardian picked up. It's actually on Rossi, though, so he swings it over to Knights. Very, very big pickup for him. He loves that gun, and now the swing in. Aspas trying to just get a few Marshall shots off here. Tech swing into the side. A big play from him. He goes for a third and takes it all into his own hands. Knights, not long for this world as Verno, quick shots behind Jenny, takes him down. And they cause the chaos to cool down here. MIBR gets a second one, but takes some damage on that.
Interesting that you gave the Guardian to the 1 HP guy that stays in the back of the site. The idea was there for Envy just trying to surprise MIBR as they're trying to retake towards tree, so they triple push towards that sign. And unfortunately, it comes down to this drop from Tex that just spoils all the plans that Envy was trying to do to take control of that tree. And now you're able to salvage the round for the side of MIBR on defense. You answer back into your anti-eco. Your bonus round, though, allows for an operator. So actually, the bonus round becomes a heavily invested round. No cloud bursts available either for Aspas. So you're hoping here that he's going to get a lot of value with the op.
This reminds me of the old Aspas. You just buy a scope until you can save up for the bigger scope. There's never a rifle in between. And man, was he deadly during those times when he could just focus on it. Split across the map here. Demon 1 already taking B main as Kesnet holds A. And MIBR seems safe behind their util for now.
With the camera being broken early in the round over on that B side, it's very hard for MIBR to really get some good information. But thankfully, it's at the minute mark where the drone comes out from Verno. But it's not going to spot too much. This is not going to put Aspas in a comfortable position with the operator, especially when the smoke's about to dissipate. But his goal is just to lock down that catwalk right at this spot and also watch for any walk up towards that mid M1.
Wonder if he got any footsteps on that walkway. I don't think so. As they start to move across. Like you said, Aspas line won't change, so they don't see tiles or anything happening with Envy here as Demon 1 now begins to be, again, that first push. Rendezvous could be thrown down for a safe peek here as the team gets ready to go in. Run it back instantly behind the cover of smoke. And they're clearing as deep as he can get just to get the info even, but he gets a kill even in the gun switch. He's going to swing again, almost takes down Mazzino, but he's quick with the draw as Demon 1 is still just as far pushed up as the run it back was. Insane stuff from Envy to have no fear in these rounds. Aspas may be looking for a long-range shot here, but they might even hunt him out.
It's a 5 versus 1.
Do they know he has an AWP yet?
Not yet. Hasn't shot it.
Yeah.
And for Envy, they're all full health, so they didn't eat a single lick of damage outside of Knights' ult, of course. Now, that was a nice push forward, and that's twice now that Knights is able to just jump, weapon switch, and get a kill.
It's crazy.
You saw that on the pistol round, or the eco rather for Envy, and this time on the previous round where there's run it back. That was a simple round for Envy. Realizing here that MIBR added 0 pressure on the defensive side, no aggressive pushes, no aggressive lines with the operator too for Aspas. So it's okay, well, let's take these free orbs on both sides, use that run it back to take our own space. Envy ends up converting their first gun round.
Still have that surprise waiting on the other side, but they're so aggressive when they do this. Just, even if he doesn't get a kill there, he's saying, I hear one to the right, one's to the left, and Demon 1 was there to even clean up. They're just so on board with every strat that they're doing. It really makes the difference that everybody's there for the call.
Yeah, Fraud's not happy about that. I mean, the first one, whatever. It's nice Knights getting to pick on Vernal, but the rest were all smoke kills for the rest.
Smart move.
Finally, something working in the favor of MIBR. Zekin pulls that first blood against Kesnet. Gives him a huge advantage.
And that was actually already shock darts fired by Glyph, so that was a forward play. Envy was supposed to be even deeper on catching the people running away from MIBR. Oh, really nice. What's the audible? So Glyph has to call something else. And they're going to leave Rossi here for now. No, Ospas has the op now. Big information and no kill to come.
The difficult thing right now for Envy is because Glyph having no shock darts, they can't break mid-trip. They have to walk up for the contact, so no choice but to split towards A site.
And they're going to meet a little bit of resistance at jungle here. Drone's going to find that. Are they trying to squeeze through the choke point? There's going to be the Odin on the other side. Oh, they clear the dart immediately. And they're still kind of waiting on Rossi. He is really far back from the strat, but it is the spike, so he's letting the team clear the way. They just have to be careful that they don't lose the caboose in the process. And this is, oh my God, MIBR absolutely shredding the site as it becomes a meat grinder here for Envy. And now Rossi probably save the gun as he gets chased down here by the rest of MIBR. Great read across the map for them.
That's why it was difficult here for Envy to take mid control if they wanted to, because the trip not being broken at the early round, it sounds the alarm, lets the players be set up here for MIBR and ready for that push from Market. As soon as you add that pressure over on that tree sign and that trip gets instantly broken, you hear those footsteps falling back. MIBR had to read one step ahead the whole time on a defensive line. And there was no way here for Envy to really penetrate into the site. Only losing Ospas in the process is huge, because right now they need it to keep a lot of players alive here to build the econ on that side. Also, you managed to save the operator for the next. Clean round for MIBR.
The ultimates have yet to come online, but this is definitely the start MIBR wanted to see for themselves, and I'm sure the fans are happy. We said Ascent might be that map to swing the other way, just like we saw Envy take the 13-5 on Sunset, so be ready for that. MIBR might have that momentum they need.
Oh, the toe was sticking out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Demon One's already leaned into the monitor as you saw there, so he's ready to go for that pick.
Which pixel will be off first? Ooh, they're just a shoulder away from each other, and he's actually going to pursue this. Ospas aimed quite low on this. Demon 1 looking for the head, and Ospas is ducked on it. That gives him the advantage. And he gets out safely. Nice clear by Tex so they can get back, and Ospas has a line again. Right side of the map, mid and A, covered by Texas Wires as he's here to cover if they break in. Fast lane goes down. Oh, what a dart coming in from Glyph as they take the site, but Ospas on stairs does get tripped up finally, and Envy swarm the site, just slowly reading it. Push after push. Gives him the fight coming into mid. Oh, Mazzino catches Rossi on the reload. He reloads himself. 2v2 situation. Glyph, no util. Wants to find the first fight. Actually tries to grab the op twice, but it didn't work.
Has recon. Just used it here.
6 bullets.
One enemy remaining.
1 in the second.
Player
Second getting 2! No way Zekin slides through to get 2 on that one. A defuse for MIBR, a 4th round, and they just silence Envy.
Not a fan.
That was a big round of salvage, though, for MIBR, because the combo for Envy, the enter towards that B site, was beautiful. Tex overextended his stay on the top of the ledge, and as soon as he gets hit by the Owl drone, he gets hit by Paranoia, and the slide tackle comes in here for Kesnet to just take him down. But thankfully, ends up having a nice little pick from Mazzino on the rotate back, allowing a 2v2 to happen, and for Zekin to close out that round.
I think that's what we were missing last time. Is those plays hitting, or at least the order of operations for MIBR hitting in order. Being whether it's Zekin sliding in or Ospas on the Neon. This time it is the Zekin. And a 4-1 triggers the timeout here for Envy.
Yeah, I mean, that last round that we saw from Envy was a make it or break it from Demon 1 walking forward and just trying to get that pick onto Aspas. If they're able to take him down, that's a lot of space already given, and that Envy could take right away. Because you saw that combo on Tex, that could have been an easy site to take right after, but Demon 1 not really finding the same type of picks that he did, and same type of value on the attack side as on Sunset. But they are losing a lot of map control at the beginning as well for Envy. Can't really cross into, like, pressuring into tree. So MIBR staying where they are, doing all right. They don't have to change their plans too much on their side for the defense, because Envy just seems to be really walking into the crosshairs. As we talk about that, though, coming back from the timeout, it's a high-low to look back towards the top of T-spawn.
Big wall. Up on top of Fridge. Oh, it's a kill for Rossi. MIBR was not expecting any trickery this round. We're already to market here. It's going to be a pizza. Bruno gets a kill there. The Odin's going to be spamming, and that just gives him up for Knights to get 2 on this, and he continues to fly through the situation and shuts that door behind him for the team. One-man army to enter the site.
Just unlucky there. I think this is going to have to be a save. You already invested into an Odin at the same time, and a 2v4 and a pulse playing with Knights has to run it back to work with. Yeah, both of them backpedaling here from Azino and Aspas. It's just unfortunate. The dressed-up play was actually very nice by Envy, though. I think the TP went through the fast lanes, kind of like a Haven TP style.
Yeah.
Caught some players off guard, but the biggest thing is also Tex realizing that the pressure's coming forward on the top of Pizza, decides to pop his cage, and it doesn't allow here for Verno to mow down some opponents back towards that Pizza control. So both of them lose their lives. Unfortunately here, it doesn't give a chance for Mazzino and Aspas to come back in the round. Allows Envy off the timeout to actually convert the round after the timeout from Coach Stunner.
A really nice job there. MIBR suffer the pace, that chaos that Envy brings. Tex recently saying that if anything, the team could just get kind of a leg up on, it is having the comms in those hectic moments. He stated there are the teams that love to be in those moments. They always have the right crossfire, the answer for all the util flying in. And Envy's giving them that right now. All the util, all the players, you are getting swung at every angle. So that practice of being in these hectic moments and having the right comms needs to come online for sure for MIBR as Envy close the gap.
Knights was looking very good in that replay of just... You're talking about Demon 1 having the Shift W key. He lets go of that Shift button and has so many big kills for the round for Envy. Now, because of that, has run it back for this round. So they fake presence on middle with the Blaze Wall to start. But this is just going to be a 5-man pop right into this B site.
Take it away. Still a trip here that could cause them a lot of problems. They get the trip actually on the teleport inside. Aspas with a beautiful opening kill to slow down Envy. Eyes on him again as he looks through the scope. Can't find another one. Cleans it off for the next fight here as Rossi is ready just on the other side of the wall. Envy's inserted a bit, but it doesn't seem like they feel comfortable in these positions, even with Spike down. Rossi makes it feel comfortable, though, with 2 more kills, and the push-up now comes from Glyph. When is the push not happening here from Envy to take the aggression to their opponents? And Tex left alone with Demon 1. Half the defuse goes down. Oh, Tex able to get the fake defuse secondary on to 3K for him, and he takes down Demon 1 in a big momentum round for MIBR.
That was a huge pick on a 1v1 from Tex to win that one, too. Because the Neural Theft had information on the last 2 players, and it seems as though Zekin got slightly deceived by that ping of the first Neural Theft. Comes through with the overdrive and somehow cannot connect to his opponent. Lost him in the sauce. Speaking of saucy kills, that's two very nice ones from Aspas with the operator there. But these rounds are definitely starting to get quite brawly.
Very, very brawly. And Tex now on top, controlling that hectic gameplay, just as he wanted. Knights, forward. When is he not on his steed? Always just galloping ahead. In, looking for anything, actually, just to destroy some util. Be annoying.
Couldn't find camera, couldn't find a second trip, though,
No.
so it allows MIBR to still hold a strong anchor on that B site until finally, I think, the spam came across there from Glyph, and I think he finally got it down, so that gives a chance here for Envy to start setting up the paranoia. And this is why you have Osboss watching this line to see where players could be falling back from. And with this drone clearing towards B main, that might give an indication here that it's or pressure on tiles or into the A main. This will get Zekin ready for the fight.
MIBR anticipating everything now towards that A side. Should hear Rossi here as they try to get a crossfire start on the A main position. And it's just going to be a retake here for MIBR. I mean, if this was Envy on Sunset, they'd be walking into the site already, but they're just not sure on Ascent right now with what's happened. And Kesnit's going to verify that they're okay for now.
30 seconds left.
Fastlane gets everybody in here for Envy, so it'll be a 5 versus 5. No big ults coming out here for MIBR. Recon still available at least. Just no flash to follow with it, though.
Go Blades. He's going to try for some op kills first. There's the Blades. They come out. Everything's going to be committed to the site. Overdrive from Kesnit's actually dropped down as he gets a bit buzzed. Verno with the Odin starts him off. It rings out almost. Finds a sliver kill in the pixel there. Zekin gets 2 as he drops, though. And Tex, able to clear Glyph from this position, has done wonders, but not this time. Not every time can be that time. It's another round for MIBR. And quick on the retakes now. They look more confident.
Yeah, another 1v4 in the same spot for Glyph, but this time it's not Sentinels, it's MIBR, and they don't lose a single player. Despite the updraft, though, from Ospas with the Bladestorm not getting a pick, that was instant information to give tremendous value for Zekin to go back into the A site and get the punish onto the Jenny and in the A main.
One enemy remains.
Very nicely done once again here for MIBR in these fights on the defense. Finally finding our footing here on defense as well.
Had that incredible retake percentage. When they have the numbers up, they have no problem defusing that spike, it seems.
You want to play? Let's play.
We go right off the bat here. Walls up to tempt the position for Alt Orb. Grabbing that. Oh, that's Kesnit just absolutely stuck in the choke point. Another one. Knights goes down. And they're caught in just a quick fundamental textbook start from MIBR on that right side of the map.
Cover going.
Yeah, the plan was just to play retake no matter what. If there was no pressure from Envy going on the A side, you could still use the Hunter's Fury on the retake on B. Camera sets up on the top middle so they could set up the op as well. So nice little trap play drafted up by MIBR that gets value onto Envy. 3 versus 5, though. Demon One has a Tilda Foss to work with, so to leverage him to try to go for a walk-in peek.
One away for Glyph. They're just thinking about the rounds to come here, with hoping in 35 seconds they can find themselves in a site, maybe. The money's pretty low.
30 seconds left.
Right now it might be just
Yeah.
saving the 2 weapons and just have Demon One try to go for a pick. If you look at the econ, Glyph has nothing to work with. You're just trying to pick something up before Demon One in the next round. There's one that he could pick up.
10
That now
seconds
becomes
left.
should become a save. We'll take that as well.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing was to try to grab the orb so that Glyph could get the Hunter's Fury for the next round. But that's at the cost of his life if it wasn't a duel that was won. Still works out in the end. Could be something that they could leverage now going into round number 10.
7-2 now for MIBR. We talked about this map being one that could swing right back in their favor, even with how tempered Envy made MIBR look on that first map. But it is now Envy's timeout to come out here again. They try to repair the situation and get something new. Last time they had that pretty stellar strat in mid, TPing on top of Fridge, fast lane. So maybe we'll get something out of this.
Yeah, it almost feels like there's good prep for both of these teams against each other's map picks, because overall, if you're looking at the state of this game, both timeouts in the first map of Sunset was utilized there by Fraud, and Stunner didn't have to use really any of them. And then you go into this one here, now both of them burnt out on the attack side, trusting their defensive calls that it'll work out for them to come back here in the second half.
It's crazy to see. You know, expect the Demon One and Ospas to dominate the game with operators. Demon One on Sunset, Ospas now on Ascent. That was their prime position. It's awesome to see the world champs go at it, map to map. Right now, Zekin on top, 9, 6, and 3. Knights finds himself on top again for the side of Envy here. Because MIBR seem to have the answer, but what does this Envy timeout mean that we just had?
Let's try to salvage these last 2 rounds and draft something up with the Hunter's Fury. They've done some cool plays off the last timeout, so we'll see them now being grouped up towards tiles. Probably try to do a similar open up with the Blaze Wall again, just to add that pressure. And then see what type of reaction comes out from MIBR. So at least you hear some shots coming out. Oh, that does some huge damage onto Demon 1, actually. That might have to cancel everything. Yeah, you're peeking out as soon as the Blaze Wall comes down, but thankfully, it's a wall bang. Kesnet still has HP to work with.
He got roughed up a bit.
They had value from this before, right? Remember when they took control of market, Envy utilized Hunter's Fury on top of that. Might be a similar open. Just depends what the drone's going to see now from Glyph in front of B main.
Deploying drone.
I'm sure Demon 1 feels like this is too scary. As they drone now B main, he's not seeing any util mid, so he doesn't want the full push. Verno is just blinder than a bat right now and can't even use sonar to get that one. Knights takes him down. Oh, Aspas looking for the shots. He's back in Aspas mode, wants to be right in the face of his opponents, and will have to give that one up after staying a bit too long. Oh my God, they're just on the other side of the wall here. This is about to explode into sight. If any time MIBR to control the hectic moments, this would be the one. The rotation not even coming over just yet because Envy haven't shown full commitment because they've cut noise. This is crazy. Aspas, he is going to have to show us everything. He knows somebody's already teleported. He gets one shot. He wants him to come in even closer to giving some hugs here with the shorty. But Rossi already has the crisscross on him. It was only a matter of time here before Envy squashed out the B site.
Yeah, just interesting position there from MIBR. Really counting on just the mow down with the Odin potential, and never probably expected the Phoenix Flash from the middle. Again, probably because from that Blaze Wall that was thrown at the beginning and the pressure that Knights brought in towards market a couple of rounds ago. So you're just gambling here that you're not going to get affected by a big flash, and unfortunately that's really what opens up the floodgates to allow Envy to get into the B site right after. As they lose Verno, that is, for MIBR. This is going to be a save for Tex. Clean composure for Envy to take control towards that B site. Again, the idea was to open very similar as before, but because they got kind of slowed down by the spams, you just had to readjust on the fly. And also, thankfully, because Aspas missed two crucial shots.
Critical miss.
Get 2 chances to take down Kesnet at Fountain in the front of B main. And by missing those shots, Kesnet got those openers.
Oof. Duality of man from that coach cam today. It's going well, but the rounds that they are losing are rounds it seems like they should have full control of. And stun of timeouts are now having a very good success rate for Envy as that timeout counts for another round. Oh, Aspas online. Actually jumps out of that one. Knows he needs to actually avoid tiles as well. Gets straight up blind, but he's trying to clean it up, and he does it! He gets the no-scope, knowing he just needed to buy a little bit more time. Goes for another one! He hits it! Unreal! 7-3, and Aspas is just trying to take all of the rounds for himself and end this map right now. Envy, stunned, left in mid, wondering what they can do to get the spike back. Because Cat is not safe.
That was insane. He was hit by a flash, gets that pick. Hit by a paranoia, gets a second one. Just leveraging cloudbursts to keep him alive. And this makes things even more difficult for Glyph and Demon 1 to activate in round 11. A 2 versus 5. When Envy has invested in the operator, it looks like you still want to go for this, though. 36 seconds left on the clock. Money's aplenty to buy and force in the last round of the half. So it's back into the walk contact, hoping that Demon 1's going to catch some players off guard, but look at how safe we're playing. Tex has full vision of exactly what's on the screen that you see right now. Keeps them both ready for the fight.
Tex mechanics have been so clean today. And they'll even have everyone here
10 seconds left.
just in time.
Yep.
No worries on that. Nothing really to come from the sonar. And another round for MIBR as the Op Wars are officially online in this series.
I called him out for missing 2 shots on the Kez, and then he does this the next round. Just insane. No scope on the first. Another no scope. It's basically using that like a Bucky.
Yeah. Oh. It's crazy, because you know he can do something like that again in the next round. That is just on par for Osbos. He's going to be actually peeking out into the smoke and look for a blind line on that one just to play it again to see if they would tempt it. And now Envy actually wants the A main control. This is the first time they really try to scream through here. And Mazzino tries to trade positions, and Demon 1 susses him out. Oh, the chase. Finally gets away, a little bit of help from his teammate as he gets to run it back to fizzle out here, and Envy has just ran right into the site with Glyph still able to play on the outside and be the kingpin if anything goes wrong.
Doesn't see the catwalk side though, so Glyph should have a free kill on Texas walkout.
Yep. And he's still patient on it too. Knowing that fight hasn't fully come through, he'll wait on Tex. A kill coming in, and that's the swing they wanted. As Osbos out in the open now. 14 HP in a dream, but Rossi is a nightmare. And it's now 8-4 in the first half as Envy get a few back in their favor.
Good audible call for Envy for the last round of the half to not go for the slow default, to not go for the walk up into corners, just rush into the site as a 5-man team when you have to run it back available. Nice shot by Demon 1. And he salvaged it here. 4 rounds for Envy. Still a chance to fight here in the second half.
Osbos are doing great work trying to make this banger end on split. We'll see what happens for the second half when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
All right, Kesnet, you've been known to go on a run with crew, but it seems like you are going on a run with Envy. Have you taken any lessons from your previous runs that you're taking into today?
Bueno, creo que es la confianza más que nada, es lo que te hace ir en una run, y aparte ahora tenemos a Demon 1, así que esperemos que se cumpla la expectativa.
Yeah, you know, confidence is key to making one of these runs, and we have Demon 1, so hopefully we'll meet these expectations today.
Best of luck.
And Demon 1 has been quieted down a little bit in this second matchup. Hey now, hey now. We need the visualization of what MIBR is doing to Envy. But it is 8-4 now. Zekin starting off with a really nice pistol. We said MIBR needed that first pistol. They got it, didn't get bonus, but brought it right back in their favor. So a second pistol here would almost put the nail in the coffin if they continue to play the same way and get us that third map.
Definitely where Demon 1 can start activating here on the defensive side, though. Start walking into his crosshair.
Yep.
He's already setting up the trip over on the B side while watching the A lane. Looks like MIBR is going to try to go right into the B side for a full exec. Envy's okay with that. Looks like they just want to play the retake.
Osbos pushed forward, and the retake being prepped now. Protocols, flashes from spawn, paranoia coming from market. Oh, it looks like Osbos wants to stop this. He wants to catch him not looking, gets one, but it is traded out. Zekin, a little love tap. 4v4 still. Kesnet trying to create the space here. Does see one with a bit of spam damage, but they're forcing the hand of Envy now, as well as MIBR. Actually, now in the boathouse is Verno. He's had the clutches in his favor, but Rossi again gets around for the team at the final moment, and they will get second half pistol for Envy.
Just so many deja vu moments on this map right now for some of these players.
Dude.
Verno in the back of the B site, Glyph at the bottom of Hell on the A site, and it almost made it work this time around, though, for Verno for another clutch attempt in the back. It worked out well for the attempt of the aggression for MIBR to have Aspas set up at that spot, but look at Tex. He's trying to get his gun out to bait out some shots on that side so that his teammate could swing towards that back of B.
Let's go! Bro, come on, we're gonna win! We're gonna win, bro, let's go!
But because he falls down, nobody was shooting on that side. Tex just got shot from both angles, and Envy just flooded beautifully back into the B site, getting a huge pistol around that. Also forces MIBR into a buy. Stinger on their side.
It's crazy. Demon 1 looking for the shot. MIBR trying to be the flooding team now as Zekit goes in. Pumping down Demon 1 there with the Bucky. And the Stingers are gonna start doing just that. A nice spam through, however, from Envy. They do have that hero rifle for Kesnet here to power back through. They're fighting versus that Bulldog, and Stingers now at close range.
Juggling the weapons across too, so the Phantom's going to be in the hands of Rossi. They have
Good call.
3 flashes to work with for Envy to retake towards this B site, so logs is a priority.
Knights with his patented Guardian. You called it, Rossi on the Phantom. This is going to be one of the hero ones. Almost gets caught from the left side, and he does. Tex, huge kill. They're going to be able to upgrade on the way out of this, too. As Mazzino takes down Kesnet, they'll start to encroach on Knight's position. And instead of getting that Phantom in time, he still has the Guardian to fight, but he may be able to protect the gun. Not too bad for him. Another round, however, for MIBR, and that is going to be bad for Envy.
Misses the timing too, so that Phantom was able to escape. Can't pick it up.
Jeez. They got just ran down for that one.
It's just interesting, though, for Envy's side. We talked about 3 flashes available for them to retake the site. Saw none of them being thrown out here towards that market. Maybe afraid of blinding their teammate that's trying to come out from spawn.
True.
Oh, they wanted to deal with that trip, too. That was the most difficult thing there that Tex just placed up as well. That allows here allows MIBR in a force buy to actually capitalize and take a round back in their favor. So the best weapon that Envy has is a Guardian in this round, and Demon 1's looking to move forward. What a shot on Aspas.
Oh, he just flicked to it too. And Aspas is right on his scope, buying Regimen, trying to get the early shot, early line so MIBR can move through. And they've been stunted right away here in round 15. Verno equalizes the numbers, and here comes Envy pouring out of the woodwork again. What was that? Classic and Bandit trades from distance. And as they go for guns, it seemed to be a bit of an error there, but they've done a significant amount of damage.
This is still very winnable, though.
Yeah.
The Bandit on Kesnet could really take down Mazzino in one shot. They have a Guardian for Rossi as well. That was such a beautiful stun by Kesnet, who's also made it towards that back of the site.
Playing it quiet. He's going to have to make a shot here. Oh my God, they don't even expect him. There's still 45 seconds, so plenty of time, but there's still going to be a 1v1 after the fact here. Tex, no damage is going to be called on him as Rossi comes in for a possible another clutch. Tex has had a few of his own here in the series. The challenge with the Paranoia, the Guardian versus the Phantom, and the Guardian for Rossi comes out on top. And Envy take it right back for themselves.
Rossi looking over his monitor too as he's dancing over Tex. Tex going in a 1v1 as he's hit by the Paranoia. Never wanted to pick up the Phantom. Didn't want to make any audio cues of where he was trying to move away from. But look at the stun, look at the move, look at the trap play from Envy. Fighting back towards middle. Just caught everybody from MIBR off guard.
Just a few rounds ago, Rossi was saying, we can win this, let's go. I think he's just said it again, we can win this, let's go, we can win this. And he seems more than right with how they're coming back in these rounds. The money's there for everyone, though, so we're back in it.
It was definitely a round here that MIBR would have liked, though, to continue to build up the econ on their side. But, of course, As you just mentioned, it goes back and forth. Everything just got leveled down into just a regular gun round with Demon 1 operator looking up towards that catwalk. Let's see how MIBR executes here towards the A site.
Care right side Evan, care attic.
It's probably I read.
I'm going now.
Attic or hell?
We're in. Nothing attic.
They're flooding. They didn't
Nice on them.
2 goes 3, 2 goes 3.
I'm flashing 3.
Nice.
I'm gonna flash 3 of you. One more heaven.
Flash it whenever.
Flashing. Droning heaven. I'm gonna break it. Inside. I broke drone.
I just tap. Just wait. They're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
I'm playing slow, guys.
Tap
Give me
again.
tree.
I'm blind.
They're coming out Evan,
Out heaven. Yeah,
Right side Evan already.
Yeah.
I'll pick tree.
Right side Evan, I'm peeking.
That's the solo guy.
1 HP on neon. Nice.
2 more heaven blind. 3.
Out 3.
Oh, on T.
Nice try.
All good.
Just talked about how deadly Demon 1 could be now with the chamber on the defensive side. 3 beautiful shots, allowing also Envy to deny even a plant going down for MIBR. You see here, it's a little bit of a ranker style where you're not really trying to play as clean to play the protocols to flood back into the site. It's just, oh, these guys are in, let's throw the paranoia. As you see it, MIBR just scatters across the map thinking a flood was coming through.
No, it's over.
Yeah, so confidence coming out from Rossi, now Demon 1. Saying it's over because of the shots he's feeling it so far here. Look at him already pushing out towards the B main line. But because a cam cage came up, here's a push forward though.
Kesnet on 2-3. Wait a minute! In the blink of an eye! Kesnet with a flurry of kills. Knowing it was a low buy, they continue to push forward. Glyph and the rest of the team here, that was nice rather, just going to farm orbs on agents and alt orbs. Alt up there. And Envy putting themselves in such a fantastic position here. Playoffs pressure, not even feeling it. Underdog feels good to them because the pressure's on their opponents, and that's something they've stated they know their opponents feel. And right now, Envy have so much momentum.
Yeah, just a clean anti-eco there for the side of Envy, pressuring on both extremities. Again, just Demon 1 pushing towards that B main. It's being caged up, and as he stands there, it's like, well, there's no pressure coming in following up behind that cage, so get ready here for the MIBR push towards A. You see the trap play coming out, and there's just absolutely nothing that MIBR could do in terms of map control towards the A main line, or also cannot be picked up. Look at the hot hands being thrown on the ground.
Hot, yeah. Vans, at the beginning of this season, I mean, maybe for a few moments, but Envy wasn't the team we were saying is going to playoffs.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy from them. Verno, he's going to try to give MIBR another chance for this round as they start off in the 5v4 situation. But Envy, Glyph has seemed to be able to call around these.
Here.
It looks like Envy is just a little bit wary about an A main pressure. That might force some players to pivot across here after the drone sees nothing. So if they start falling back, MIBR might have to start canceling back here on middle. Especially with that hat being thrown. Now they know the B lane's open.
Yeah, now to set up for that protocol retake. I think Envy does a very good job of not throwing themselves in the I think I can situation, trying to get one peek. Everybody waits, plays their life. Being on that same page has really paid off.
This time Tex cannot set up a trip here on the market door, so this ult, they'll run it back from Knights to open things up on B.
He sees them from the shadow into Boathouse. They're kind of all crammed in the same spot here. Ospas and Tex start off though, as Ospas has that positioning. Glyph's able to answer, but it's just too much. MIBR is controlling the chaos, but 2 are alive. Demon 1 starts to sweep in with the operator, but it's gonna be a slower. Takes down Tex, the 2v2. This has to make MIBR sweat now, and this is where Envy loves to be. The shots come in, and now it is up to the Demon to unearth these last 2 members, and it's going to be a save to the rendezvous as he gets pushed by Zekin. There is no safety available. 10-8 now for MIBR as they secure another round.
Great positioning by Zekin on a 2 versus 2. The off angle there was perfect once again to save the round for MIBR. Starting to see here Envy finding their footing also on their own defensive side, and that was a much-needed round forecast it to take. You see here how he gets chaotic from both camps. Just trying to go for all of these huge plays.
Nice, Zach.
Do you want up? Do you want up?
He did.
Top they will. Yeah, Tex is going to use it here on the attack side, watching up the catwalk.
He said, okay, you take it, you protect me. That's the deal. Right into jungle. Breaks the glass onto heaven, and Kesnet is ready. Takes a Neon to Noah Neon. But Aspas has gained the space, and do they expect this? It's going to be a huge kill from Glyph. The IGL reads to play through and through. And they're still in the site. Gotta repair, gotta reload, gotta figure out the protocol to stop these members of MIBR. Tex now looking for a line from Tree to be an opening. Verno with a great peek. The door's closed, so they're gonna have to do this insight. And now Knights takes down Tex. It's a scramble here for MIBR now to get this plant down. Hot hands beautifully over the wall. Nicely placed. It just seems to always be the case, Vance, where they let MIBR sit and stew for a moment and then explode into the site at the right moment. Oh. Line those pings to happen. Keep it on Demon 1 as that fight ensues in the bottom of the site. And they just have to dig him out of here. He's in hell. But that's where demons live. And Verno, oh, is gonna get it! Hell freezes over for this one. A 4K for Verno, a Red Bull clutch, and an 11th round for MIBR as they inch closer to split.
What a huge clutch by Verno there. The retake was so good for NV to start. Denial, when you're looking at the battles here, that was basically 2 kills that started in favor of NV first by denying Zekin and Aspas pushing up from tree into the window, yet somehow on a 3 versus 5. Thanks to him.
Ooh.
Was able to steal that round away here from NV and put MIBR just a little bit closer right now to allow themselves to breathe a little bit and force this to a 3rd map. Again, qualification to playoffs on the line. Pressure from NV to try to deny space onto A main to start. Flashes being thrown first. A full gun round from both sides. But MIBR stays stoic. 0 movement, 0 noise. So NV has to stay proactive around the map. Looking to re-clear here towards that tree side. But this is all the inklings and indication that the lean is still back for MIBR on A, especially from that drone that Glyph just used here on that B main.
Keeping the duelists together, trying to keep that firepower. With Kesnet and Knights in the same spot. The timing here is incredible. Check your watch, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get the util clash, and Knights peeks out with 1. He knows to play his life a bit. So good in these situations as Glyph does get that Hunter's Fury to scream across the team of MIBR. And again, they're left with 3. This is like deja vu for all of these defensive plays that Envy executes and just leaves MIBR bleeding.
The way that Envy just sets up around Glyph's Hunter's Fury is just so nice. Always being able to react on different sites of the map, but all that trap play activated by the drone coming out first. Yet MIBR still want to attempt to go back into A.
Jiggle peek info. Knights given the spot on Dice. As Rossi can play around Jenny just a little bit. A nice spam, a nice swing. The fadeaway kills right now just make it look so good for Envy. And they fade MIBR out of A site as they take a 9th round for themselves.
And the whole trap play that was engaged here by Envy had 2 different outlooks. The first one was supposed to be the contact from Kesnet in the back in front of the boxes. Yet it's the drone that activates the flash. Relay built. Hunter's Fury from the market. And MIBR couldn't even cross in. And again, it's all thanks to all the macro at the beginning from Envy, figuring out where MIBR is being set up at the beginning at first.
Shadows traveling.
See if they could continue to be 1 step ahead in this round.
It really has been crazy the things Glyph's been able to produce with the squad. Nice little tuck and hide here from Tex, but he's gonna now get squished. 52 HP, cleans up 1, had no right getting that or the next kill. Beautifully done by Tex here. Glyph's gonna try to answer on the other side of the map with that shot on Cat with his operator.
Yeah, Demon 1.
They're Demon 1, thank you.
Had to TP out there. It could have made it a 3 versus 3, but man, yeah, you're right. Tex shouldn't have been able to get those 2 kills.
No way. Push in from Glyph. They keep getting themselves into these anchor spots. This is going to be big from the IGL. The first one, he's going to stay out in the open for the second, but Aspas gets the better of him. Oh my God, the reset for Rossi. It was incredible. And now we're asking for a lot here. Big aimers on the side of MIBR to lock into 12th round and put that pressure on for Split. 3 hiding in the same spot is going to have to be just the collapse shot of his life.
I was going to say, Verno's got the drone. It's going to be easy for MIBR to just wait it out and see where the drone's coming from. And now the element of surprise is out.
He's parkour over here. What game is he playing, honestly? Aspas finally takes him down. The movement of Demon 1 is fun to watch, but MIBR would much rather get to a third map.
Yeah, and in the day, I would have liked actually for Demon 1 to save that operator.
Yeah,
that money
in all honesty.
That money was not available for Kesnet. He's got nothing to work with. Thankfully, at least he has the overdrive, but I think you still want to try to have Demon 1 buy a rifle into the next round, keep his operator as well, and give yourself a fighting chance here to try to force the overtime. It'll be a Bucky instead. It's still an attempt to go for a trap play for Envy potentially, so one-way smoke set up. Actually, Kesnet is moving back towards tree. We'll slow things down for a bit.
Just the prepared hot hands, the forward fight ready here. No alt over control, but wait, they might actually get caught with util. MIBR have yet to breach the site just yet from the shadows, gives them a little bit of info as they're trying to actually figure out what's going on. That chaos throws Envy for a loop as they go for the from the shadows kill. And that's going to be even more as MIBR gain ground here and now put all the real pressure onto Envy for ending Ascent. Oh, a second on another one, and Demon 1, a story told over and over. He's the last one alive, and he will be chased down. Mazzino gets the final kill. All bangers end on Split, and MIBR makes sure of it.
Ends up being nice salvage rounds for MIBR, staying alive in the fight. Not one of those surprises here where you're one away of qualifying, this time to the playoffs of the Stage 2 of Americas and fall short. MIBR is able to stay alive in the fight.
They're really enjoying being secondary or even just kind of mid-round now, not having that priority of calling. He said it's really just helped.
Split's going to be a good one. Such an even map here for a lot of these teams in their arsenal in terms of the map pool, especially for MIBR and Envy. MIBR winning against Leviatán was against this very comp as well, so nothing unfamiliar for them. It's just the firepower as Kesset's looking to walk in.
Oh, as the smoke drops, Mazzino. Very nice little play there. Now they can just kind of hang out, know their numbers up. They're not going to be working against that hard flash. Just the paranoia makes taking the site much easier. Oh my gosh, Tex has been on fire from map 2 on now, and he is starting to show up for the team. Plays his life on this one and gets a bit of damage down as they try to source out the rest of the members. Demon 1 going for the fight, but Tex finds it. A little elevation change to help him out. But Rossi will have another before he's taken down, and the defuse goes towards the Seekers to make sure map control is a priority for MIBR.
Yeah, since they already lost Tex in the process, doing an incredible job holding up the A Heaven side, but this is Mazzino on the first nice little pick, but as he does so, he also heard the drive-by from Kesnet that pushed all the way towards screens. So that allowed here for Tex to just hold that. Knowing here that Envy were looking to plant for an A Heaven retake. That's why you had such a late lurk from Rossi on the top of mid as well. Got that value kill onto Tex, but there's just too many bodies for MIBR still available. Still around as they're able to get the defuse. Second round though, 5-man hit from Envy. Very fast towards the A site.
They're gonna go through. Not a single person to ramps as the spam comes in. Oh my God, the firing squad from MIBR just gets Envy in the choke point. And a few final touches here up in heaven. And Verno in the clouds able to take down Glyph there. Nice and easy, a second round for MIBR, only losing Zek in there, and he's more than happy to get an alt point.
Kept training so far in this series between both teams when it comes down to pistol rounds. But MIBR having a hot start on defense as well. It's going to give them a little bit more confidence right now too, as you can see. A little bit more reaction coming out from Verno.
Hey, he had a Phantom that round, so he gets to roll through with it. Where'd it go?
Another third round op from Aspas.
Going up.
Envy just looking to slam it one more time, this time with weapons.
Oh. Stealing sight.
Paranoia ready? Oh, that little risky stinger spam.
This is good, though, because that spam and the Paranoia flushes everybody back towards this line. That's where you have a double up here from Aspas, looking to get this pick with the operator.
Just funneling them exactly how MIBR wants. Aspas really doesn't have too much safety here. He tries to get out, and Kesnet finds him flying through the air.
It's a bait and switch, though. They don't know about Tex.
Exactly. Zekin's also drawing them to that other side so Tex can have a bit of safety. And they don't even think that somebody could be that close. He could have a timing. They still play it safe, though.
Oh, this is so good for Envy for the mid-round call, though. Look at the full rotate back. Because it stays so quiet so far here, and you already have the instant from Tex. They got to be pressuring back here towards B side, but no. Envy goes back towards A. Tex now hears the call. Actually, they're all walking here. It's just a call here, audible for MIBR to just stack towards the A side instead. Trying to figure out what really made them get that
timing.
read for A.
Zekin, Tex is going to have so much time here to figure out what he wants to do, and another double kill for him. Delays a push, and now they know they have the spike. MIBR knows they have the spike. It has to happen from Zekin, or sorry, Kesnet, and it does not.
10 seconds left. Last player
Just fights
standing.
back and forth. They're trying to source out some more damage, and MIBR playing this third map with confidence. Okay, Demon 1 being a demon. He's got the round's over. 5 seconds before we switch. But yeah, he makes it expensive for sure.
All right, picked up the spike in the end. No, those are some clean shots by Demon 1 for sure. So despite this being MIBR converting the bonus round here, Demon 1 still wants to continue to show that they still have some fight in this third map. That insert, what I was trying to mention here was with Tex down at the bottom of middle, and they already had that pressure on that side, he doesn't hear the rotate back towards sewers. Usually the tell would be these guys are probably going to default back towards B. But something, maybe a sixth sense, called for MIBR to stack up here towards the A site, and it was a perfect read in the end. And now, Envy is still able to have some sort of buy through this. Small shields across the board, which is why Aspas, with this Outlaw, could just solely lock down the B line to start, which is great. Allowing the defense to add more on the top of B heaven.
What? Oh. So committed to pushing it. The confidence, I think, racks up the kill along with the aim there. Good Lord, Mazzino. As they rotate back across, these are the Knights now trying to gain mid-control with the rest of the team. They heard something, a phantom shoot from up in heaven here just a bit ago. So now they're wondering, the flex peek, as they flex the strategy and again leave Tex in a position to be a surprise play. Oh, he creeps in. What an off angle. Just sits in the middle of the smoke, but he just was not ready. Fell asleep at the wheel, and Knights takes advantage. Another one as he gets Verno on the angle. A little bit of a jiggle peek, leaving the Outlaw in sight. Oh, this is going to be tough. He makes a noise, actually catches the Paranoia square in the eyes, but it's only going to be people pushing into his cloud bursts. He has the answer for the aggression, and he leaves it up to a 1v2. Very possible for Zekin to get in here now. Knights could get that heal on, but I don't think they're going to throw down the ultimate. No, he just goes down before he runs it back. Rossi trying to get the clutch now as he moves out of the site. Is he going to try to go towards heaven, get the timing? You're waiting back and forth. So much patience. Zekin now. This clutch would be huge, keeping 4-round momentum in favor of MIBR. The playoff pressure online clears himself from the Sands peak, but he doesn't unleash. What Zekin? An unreal shot here. MIBR is praying to the gods for these, and they are getting everything they want, from Aspas' shot on Ascent to Zekin's clutch here on Split.
Holy crap, that was insane. He gets the boom bot to try to clear towards Hell, and then as he satchels across and looks both front and back, just reacts in time as he's going back towards that spike to tap it one more time. And Rossi just shows up in his crosshair, and he's like, yep, that was a remarkable shot.
You give respect to your opponent for those. Holy. That's incredible stuff from Zekin. 6-1-2, and there's more than momentum online for MIBR right now.
Great economy management right now for MIBR to keep the Outlaw out. Half shields across for Envy, who are looking to pivot very quickly off the run it back for a control.
Straight out. Nice Heaven. They're not even going to try. Envy's not even going to try to fully take that. They just wanted the info, and they know Tex is trying to defend. And this is really Envy finally getting themselves into position, but are they? Everybody's on ramp here. This is going to be a tough one to defend and a hell of a fight here on the top side of the site. Mazzino goes ahead and just lays out on the Odin. They are giving up kills left and right. Envy's going to take them. More than happy to as they continue to garrison just this A ramp and fire from it. Aspas finally able to get something done on that side of the map. But this is Kesnet and the rest of the team now just getting back to defend, anchoring onto the spike. Tex, beautiful shot so far as he's come into each of these 1v1s. And the crossfire is going to be too much for him with Demon 1 coming out on top near this ult orb. Not planted for him.
Is nothing.
Half already. He's going to hear the drop. It's going to be a shot, and Demon 1 with the 4K. Aspas doesn't even try to play half there, and the choices being made right now are just in the moment for all these players, honestly.
This time it's Demon 1. 4K actually converts into a round, but dude, I'm scratching my head on that play for MIBR. Spamming with the Odin. I think the idea behind here for Mazzino was just trying to get a pick because that would activate the Seekers for him.
Let's go, baby. I'm good for these, baby. Let's go.
Still finds that confidence there for Demon 1. But yeah, that kill from Mazzino would have probably activated Seekers. Maybe he was just very antsy to try to get one with the wall bang, but sprays it out in the open. Envy, though, still wants to continue with the pressure. 5-man hits, cycle the ults.
Rinse and repeat. Nightfall's out. You see Seekers going out already. MIBR wants to know what's going on. This is their handle on the chaos this time, and it's the same thing. Just run it back. Hasn't gone through Heaven fully this time. Knight still wants to be the front on this one, and they aren't stopping. Taking these quadrants one after the other, Tex is able to defend the first. He actually starts to push for a fight as the spams come through the wall. They're still swinging to give up one. Can they get another? It is fixed, but these fights are vicious in Heaven, and both teams are giving it to each other.
Great on Envy to delay on that ramp to allow the backstab to happen on the top of that lurk. Spike yet to be planted. Glyph could just melt in. No, Verno makes the noise.
Costly mistake. Glyph very low. This honestly could turn into a quick situation, but they're trying to not let him source a gun. The reload's there. Almost caught Util out, and Demon 1 should have this. Oh, it's going to be Glyph. He's delivered that on a silver platter. Picking up some guns and picking up another round for Envy.
That's a big round for Glyph, too. He starts off with a Nightfall to give space for the team to move in for that plant. And then after that, also gets a 3K.
And plant.
Or actually a 4-piece in a plant, so he's already past the halfway mark to his next Nightfall.
Crazy.
Look at those shots that he has here on that ramp.
Woo. It was the same strategy. They're taunting MIBR into these crazy fights in Heaven.
Yeah. Well, it's big ults that they have that they could cycle to just continue to power into these sites. Then now, when you only have this overdrive, I mean, you could still do it again if you want to, but I think this time around it's not easy for them to get the information with the overdrive, so they just want to default that round a little bit more for Envy and to see if MIBR, especially on an eco, want to force their hand forward, especially with a Blade Storm available for Aspas.
They're so ready for these strats. Look the one way, the flash comes out from Knights, and they can't get away in time. The retreat does not happen for MIBR as Envy catch everyone on the way out. Tex with the Bandit gets the safety here, and Mazzino is going to try to recover in mid. A few kills from Verno would be nice to at least chalk up on the board, but it's just going to be the armor for Kesnet, as it's a plant towards the B site. A little bit of confidence and control over the map here for Envy in the rounds to come.
This time would also give a chance here for Mazzino to have a conversation with the team to figure out what they could do into the next round. Maybe if Rod is listening in and is not too keen with the plan, could call a timeout here. See how they could fight back into this aggression and conditioning that Envy currently has. When it comes down to even weapon scenarios, it's been a lot of quick hits for the side of Envy.
Knights is just chasing. He's like, nobody shoot him. I want this point. They have all the time. They have this space, the freedom right now, Envy, to do this in these rounds. And it looks like we get that momentum to start snowballing, and MIBR get a little fearful of that.
It's crazy to see this scenario that Envy has in these ults.
Beautiful. That's 3 in a row. That's 3 in a row. We're making 5 more. Let's go.
That's it. 3 rounds in a row. When you now have the run it back available off Knight's kill on that previous round, so you can now cycle that. You're also 1 away from a Viper's Pit that you could start 5-manning out of that one as well. And Glyph somehow is already 2 pips away from his next Nightfall. So things are looking very dangerous for MIBR on a defense so far when it comes down to these aggressive hits coming out from Envy. And especially with this comp that you kind of have having to play against Knights and Kesnet with these continuous walls and smokes. I mean, you have 4 players that can really just close up on these sides. And if MIBR are not able to really take full control of this map, this is going to be another one of those results where, unfortunately, you're getting so close to qualify, like during the kickoff.
Yeah.
And then you just lose every single opportunity. 3 in a row that you see there. Losing against Furia, G2, and Energy. The hottest teams that looked at the kickoff of this year. But that discussion, is it still the same for those 3 teams now?
I mean, looking at these teams, it's interesting. Fraud in his interview said that there's been a lot of changes with Envy. I mean, I think MIBR went from Verno to Mazzino in calling there, and then Verno's felt freedom. So there's been changes for both of these squads, too. So it's interesting to see how everybody's finding solutions in these moments at the last moment when you hope to be peaking. And yeah, MIBR cannot have a showing like that kickoff again.
Should try to get a pit now, maybe for MIBR on middle, but instead, because of the fast hit towards the B site, no time to pit down, but thankfully gives a chance for Tex to help out on B.
Nice run it back kill. They have a moment to breathe, but they don't know that. We do. Envy's gonna head right in, all the way to the back of B site on the left side. Nobody even knew box side, so they're kind of setting this up in the back. Who else to push, though, is going to be Knights first as he starts to go forward. MIBR trying their hand at a flash back in, as that's going to be Mazzino providing entry for the team. Oh, and he is seen. They're just allowing Envy to hide in these spots as they spam. Kesnet actually gets spammed out from trying to kill the Boombot. Really nice information source there, as MIBR is using everything, and they have to get this round back into their favor. Just diving right into the pit there. Zeka trying to create problems, but it is going to be Rossi alone. Dancing in and out, trying to keep the gas up and keep an idea of where the opponents are. And it's not going to be enough. MIBR made that tough the entire time for Envy.
That was a huge run by Tex. Denying to run it back from getting any space here for Envy, but also the kills that he's getting on the retake for this side of MIBR. That was all spam fest. There's that first one, the jiggle from Demon 1. So you see that some players are trying to go for hero plays.
Yeah.
It's respectable, too, because they know that Aspas wasn't really in that fight yet. He still had to rotate back from the A side over to B, looking for a weapon to switch out to get the Phantom to help out with the team. Unfortunately here, when Envy's trying to find their timings on these hero plays, they just get instantly denied by Tex, who just skyrockets to the top of the scoreboard now for MIBR. Another attempt to go for a fast hit, because Nightfall is available this time around too, so the setup is there for Envy.
Paranoia to slow him down. Verno slows him even more by taking down Kesnet, but they still have Knights who will go forward. Spikes in. This time they do have a lurk coming in from Rossi here, so a bit different on the play, but MIBR have been successful since that timeout last round, and they're much more coordinated on these retakes with the layers of util.
The rotate back, though, with MIBR right here with the operator. Aspas was playing ARAM, so he could watch this right here, so that's his responsibility. Oh!
He didn't click that time. A very rare moment, and he didn't click that time either. Rossi gets ahead of that kill as Knights gets another one. Zekin into the site here to take it into his own hands, and he cannot. Glyph drops him immediately. The 2v2. They're forced for the spike, and it's just going to be the detection from the haunt. Verno goes down, and more chaos from Envy falls back into their favor.
How important was that kill going to be for Aspas if he took down Rossi in the first place? I thought he was going to rotate into a bingo call was going there for MIBR to put into account all the players where Envy are at in the post plant. And because of that, a little bit too antsy, just steps away at the wrong moment. Allows Rossi to stay alive, played a 2v2, even get the third kill into Mazzino there. Or second, rather.
Jeez.
Yeah, not giving a chance here for MIBR to string some rounds in their favor. So we're starting to go back and forth since the timeout. Now finally the pit on middle for MIBR as you're trying to reset now the ult economy in your favor for MIBR. Showstopper is also in there in case there's going to be added pressure from Envy to try to disrespect the pit.
Good jiggle from Aspas. And Knights will tempt everything. Love watching these situations. And he's got backup for it too. Slow pickup from Glyph. Not looking at any ults to come in here, but Envy has been ferocious from this A ramp side as they continue to smother MIBR and force them into these heaven fights, and it looks like we might get it again. Relay both, everything through. This time they're not even giving any space to reside for MIBR, but now Zekken's gonna take it back. He pays rent here, and the showstopper is gonna be something that comes online and removes Kesnet. Now Zekken still playing that stinger, trying to get himself into an upgraded situation, has already made a big enough play to help the team calm things down. Goes for a bit too much on that one.
30 seconds left.
Spike is yet to get picked up here. Kind of having the last two players of Envy pinned on the top of the A heaven. Because if they drop down trying to walk into this, it's a judge inside the pit. Envy will attempt it.
Oh, and they make noise. Rossi's going to come out with 1 HP. 8 seconds. Oh, they go for that plant. Oh, Tech's about to deliver it all. He gets both! Tech's walking in to take the kills as he comes online over these last few maps and is doing so much for MIBR.
That was so close, too, because when he walked into the smoke, he just chest bumped into Demon 1.
Yeah.
I think as he realized, wait, I'm not walking in, that's why he started hitting the M1 and finally got those kills.
He loses vision on that orb of the smoke, too, but he knows what needs to be done.
Think of that split second, though, if he whiffed another shot, because Demon 1 had his crosshair getting ready to be put right into his chest. And that would have saved that plant for Envy, but thankfully MIBR trades around back in their favor. Still maintain a lead by 2 in his first half of this BO3. Again, qualification to the playoffs on the line. And Aspas looking to get challenged.
No challenger approached yet. He goes for a 4th, and Demon 1's finally able to cut him down. And this just makes the rest of MIBR stand stoic in sight, knowing they don't have to move for too much, create a crossfire, and easily pick up a 7th round. Aspas coming online. Zekken, Tex, Verno. This is kind of something we've been waiting for the whole team at once.
Yeah, but I'm not going to count them out yet, though. It's Glyph and Demon 1 who's been finding some good forms in the last few matches here. There's still a minute left on the clock that they could work with, and both of them shift walking towards that B site. Yeah, Zekken does have a forward position here, but really the only thing he could do is just wait it out and hoping that he's going to catch some players walking on this line so he could encroach on that side. But, okay, now you're going with knife out. Zekken's going to hear it.
One enemy remains.
And he plays his life. And I think that's a gun save now for Glyph as they are found out. MIBR inserting little answers, playing a bit different here to shore up the defenses and make sure they can make the informed decisions throughout the map by just getting those audio catches and overall playing much more confidently behind each other.
Yeah, the small insert from Aspas on the top of that ramp was huge for that round for MIBR. Nothing that he played in the past couple of rounds. I mean, he has with the operator, but never really got challenged to that spot. And I think the reason why is you've also noticed that Envy has been doing a lot of 5-man pops. So to see where, you know, the star player of Aspas could be at the beginning of these rounds, maybe unaccounted for this time around. So when you're trying to group up once again, that corner's not checked, and results here into an Aspas 3K.
Yep.
One enemy remains.
Puts here MIBR one step closer of closing this half. A dominant lead. If you're looking here at the state of it, though, Knights is actually one pip away of getting an ult. So he's going Phantom, no shields. So the ult could maybe help him out to refresh things up, but instead, big pressure up on the top of B Heaven.
A little bit of a mail play to push off what would be mid with that paranoia from Envy. But they all huddle into this B main area. Their explosive strats have had a huge impact He's going to be running in. Verno tries to split the wall. Beautifully done. Gets the paranoia onto Kesnet, and he's actually just shutting him down without even seeing him. Verno, what and how are you doing this? And the rest of the team comes to help him out, but I don't even know if it's necessary.
Yeah. Was a nice try, though, but Envy is going to try to go back into it right away.
They have to. They're kind of stuck here. They have no more map to clear, and the shots are coming from Aspas on that other side as they split the column in B. It makes it very hard for Envy to get any trades as MIBR are already there to answer.
I like the micro call from Envy to start, though. Pressure up on the top of the staircase so that you force out the snake bite from Tex. That means there's nothing to delay you moving into the B site, so you could grab the ult, move forward into the B site, but you're hit a huge roadblock in Vernal right here.
Damn. Phantom Gaming, keeping him alive.
Oh, bro, Kez is actually killing us today, bro.
All right, 8-4 first half for MIBR. We'll see what Envy has for the second half.
We max it out, we go legendary. Yeah, we taking it straight to the moon. These diamonds just lit up the room. I go celebrate with my dogs. We handing out sweets like a broom. Hey, taking off.
Well, for that year, I'm new a year still. I think myself that it had been hard, and I have a lot of room to improve. I would say my biggest flaw is kind of the mid round still, having a good read of not what they're doing on the start, but on the mid round, in between of round, of course, and reacting of that, having a good read, good reaction as a team. And I would say that, of course, there's more. I would say stuff outside the game. I need to be better as a leader itself, not in game, outside too. And I've been doing good, having everyone in the same plan, having everyone doing the same stuff, having the whole team doing something together. I would say that's one thing good.
Well, it seems like MIBR is doing quite a few things together here as they head up against Envy at that first half here. Third map split 8-4. And right before we went to break, we kind of heard that turmoil Stun is feeling with the entry of Kesnet on the side of Envy.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, we've gotten to a halftime. A good 2 minutes for him to be able to talk to his team.
Yeah.
Might give him a chance to reel things back and hopefully see Kesnet take the upper hand, turn things around on the second half here on defense. Saw some good rounds from Demon 1 and from Glyph, but the denial of the lurks of Rossi, Knights, and Kesnet on the entries, all well denied by MIBR. Now it's their turn on the attack side, just waiting here towards the sewers to start, in case there's going to be some sort of trap aggro play from Envy at the beginning.
Nice little chomp down by Mazzino's dog. As they start to move over into the site. Easy grab here for MIBR. It looks like Envy wanted to go for the full retake, so everything as planned. But I don't know if Mazzino is going to be as planned, if he can have this timing. This push, the push all the way into screens already. This could actually not pay off for MIBR. They made it get overwhelmed, but oh my god! Second comes up with 2. The right click's going to be big. Another headshot as they try to finish the damage, but it's not enough. The flurry of kills ends, and it's going to be Envy, actually very low, but still a number up here, Vance.
They don't know where Tex is at, though, and a Sheriff is going to take Demon 1 down right away. So you talk about protocols, it's needed for Envy to play together.
That's running. He heard him run. Oh, he knows where he saw him. There's the shot from Tex. This is beautiful play from the Sentinel throughout this series. He does not seem phased with Red Bull clutch again. In any of these situations, he has under control.
Tex having a very good map for MIBR. I gotta say, it looked very rough here. Thankfully, Zekin gets 2 huge picks, including one while he's fully blinded. They followed behind the boombot, and I was expecting for Vernal to just flash and for them to push forward. Because if you're gonna wait around for contact, everybody's gonna get hit by a paranoia, but you're nearsighted. Everybody could still be seen. So I thought it was really gonna be MIBR to press the play. But thankfully, Zekin is able to keep the dream alive here and for MIBR to set up and win the round on a pistol. And speaking of setups, Envy just waiting here for, once again, a flash triple swing off any contact they can get on B.
Verno protecting the flank with a Phantom. They have a Vandal as well, and Tex is down. So that's going to be a little bit of a pickup. Not too much of one. Tex didn't buy through, but they're still trying to toy with this left side of the map. Mazzino throws a dog into B, keeping Envy nicely sat on the site here. So MIBR can take A.
With Glyph solo pushing out, and it was just a 1v1 against Tex. And MIBR had an inkling that it was a potential stack on B or a walk down on middle. So to give up all of that. Oh!
What in the world is this series delivering? Glyph gives us another amazing shot. And now Verno pushes forward here. Expect it to keep happening. Left and right. Diving into the site. Envy is trying to take control, but Mazzino and the rest of the team continue to shut him down. Wait, just Mazzino for that fact, as Aspas finally picks one up with that Vandal. And MIBR right the wrong of that round.
Dude, just some nice little shots in the end.
What in the world?
Winning a 1v1 here against Tex, and this shot, huge. Pulsar, flick of the week. Flick of the week.
Jeez.
Nice. Bro, he hit an insane shot on me.
There's a lot of that respect going back and forth between these two teams within this series. That's what we're getting out of them. Playoffs on the line, and both teams are pulling out all the stops. MIBR doesn't want to stop right now. A jiggle peek from Demon 1. Gets second on a Paranoia, but he has sunk himself into the site, so he's going to have to do a lot of work here as the team gets back to help him. And there's one. The smoke clears, and they're not ready. Verno answers back. Just the TPs to make the plays.
Oof. Zekin was able to stay alive at New Box as well, not affected by the hot hand, so that capitalizes for a kill.
Ooh, so many jiggle peeks. A lot of people giving each other up here. And there's going to be another trade, but wait, it's just Glyph alive now versus Mazzino and Verno. Util's there, but he's going to keep the gun in hand for now. It's going to be a tough peek taken out almost with the first shot. It makes it impossible as Verno cleans it up. We are seeing so much more action on the camera from him today as well.
Yep. Big emote coming there after that kill on Glyph. 2 rounds away now for MIBR to qualify to the playoffs of the Stage 2 of the Americas, getting one step closer to try to reach champions. Remember, out of this matchup here in terms of the race with the circuit points for Envy, they just have to win out, make it all the way to the grand finals, and I'm pretty sure for MIBR it's the same. If you maximize the points at 3rd place, you're only at 12, staying behind the top leaders. Yeah, and that is finally a timeout coming out here from Stunner. Surprised that it came so late in the game. But I guess he really trusted the conversation they had with the team between the maps, between the halves rather, to try to bring the defensive line back in their favor. But to no avail. Starting to feel here the pressure of MIBR just dominating their attack side. Where Envy, unfortunately, can't really get their footing yet because of losing 2 important pistol rounds in this 3rd map. Most of them going in favor of MIBR.
They do seem to as well have that answer for what Keznet's trying to slide in. Like, he fast lanes, creates the space, but Verno, something is catching him just with a flash, with something every time. And he's being taken out, spammed down. We see Tex with the spams, Mazzino with spams. They're making his life a living hell, and it's making everything come up daisies for MIBR. They're loving it.
This is dire for Envy now. Out of the timeout, look at Kesnet. Glass cannon with a Vandal. Small shields across the board. And MIBR, a little bit of a taste of Envy's own medicine. A 5-man hit, but it's a walk contact instead before popping into the site.
Zekin goes in again, expecting to get shot in the face, but he's going to do the shooting this time as he gets a little revenge onto Glyph, but he will not stop. Roomba's going to clear it. Do they decide to push again? Much like their pistol round strat, they decide not to. And we go for a 4v5 retake from Envy's position. Already moved up into screens. Oh, Zekin flexes his muscles, and you can see all of Envy start to hit that back pedal.
Oh, why
squeezes it through. That's a great question. Why think you can get an angle on the showstopper? MIBR continue to punish these choices that Envy make, and they are going to envy that scoreline MIBR has right now, 1 away from locking in playoffs at 12-4.
8 chances to get it done as well for MIBR. It almost saw like a small fumble there into the pulse plant on the side of MIBR, because I'm pretty sure Mazzino got that team flash onto Zekin where he can fully maximize his space into the screens. They're feeling that pressure on that side from Knights. Yeah, and Stunner's not happy about it at all. You don't phase out the rocket. It was actually primed quite early on that side too for MIBR, so plenty of time for Envy to set up for the Flood retake, play off as a team. But everybody's trying to go for individual plays and it's not working out.
Go faster and faster. Oh my gosh, Kesnet takes down Zekin right away, and it does slow the strategy down just for a moment. Mid's being attacked right now. Verno's already gained a lot of space there. They see the jiggle, and he goes for just a straight-up peek. That Envy swarms. Seems like MIBR is trying to throw a wrench in the works from what we have seen, but Envy is not going to fall for something like that. Creep around.
One enemy remaining.
Nice read.
Spike down A.
Glyph having a beautiful timing of what could be going on around the map. A flawless round for Envy, and they make a trek up a very, very big mountain.
Didn't even see him there either. Just shot.
Yeah.
Even if nearsighted, Zekin had the perfect range to still try to capitalize on the kill, and sometimes you're going to have to count on Lady Luck. Kezet's going to take it in. Keeps right now Envy into the fight. Nightfall also available for Glyph with how he's been popping off here in the second half. But MIBR, I feel like they're going to try to go for this fake on this B side to start. Yeah, it's fast on that side. It pulls out the full rotate. Unfortunately, they lost Zekin in the process, but it still opens up the site for MIBR to start walking in. But it's okay for Envy. They're, like I said, they have the Nightfall to work with. Just let them out on the site.
Yeah, Glyph instantly left the site. Wanted to keep alive for that ultimate you were just talking about as they start to set up. Now Mazzino could be the difference. He's a little quicker than he was last time. The timing now is on the screens push as Ospas gets one. A second slide, crosshair broken, and Envy get the space they need. Now the man, the myth, the one calling the shots can make the audio call from behind. Oh my God, Tex, another one possibly. How does he continue to do this? A third! And now you expect the fourth to come out right now. They got magnets in their heads, and Knights could be the one to do it. The veteran versus the new kid on the block. And it's gonna be Tex! It's gonna be 13! And MIBR booking their ticket to playoffs!
A huge 4K on top of that from Tex to help MIBR move forward to the playoffs, finally qualifying for something at least. It's local, but it's gonna feel good for the team.
It really was.
Yeah, you're looking at this team that so far from kickoff until now hasn't had or produced the best results so far to their expectations. But I think missing out on Santiago, missing out also on London, kind of helped them out trying to find their identity a little bit more, because if you look at it from kickoff, something that Coach Fraud has mentioned is, why the hell are we playing Zekin, speaking about other teams, why the hell are we not putting him on a duelist? So they've been trying to find like an identity of playing as double duelist, like Jet with a Raze or whatnot, but never really got into the Phoenix until you start learning how Leviatán plays, how Leviatán won London, and now they're trying to implement that into Stage 2, and it works out quite well. As Mimi mentioned, they beat every single team that they needed to, including this team today of Envy.